Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. This is your Quick 10. Another Super Bowl in the books for the NFL. The Kansas City Chiefs have defeated the Philadelphia Eagles in dramatic fashion, a game that went back and forth from start to finish, all the way down to a field goal that basically won the game. That was followed by a very short Hail Mary pass that didn't get to the 20-yard line. Pretty odd, but that's how it happened. Congratulations to the Chiefs for their second championship under Patrick Mahomes as quarterback and Andy Reid as head coach. Again, congratulations to the Chiefs. Congratulations to the Eagles for making it there. Great job, fellas. Outside of all the controversial calls from the refs in the game, there was some more controversy, and that came from Donald Trump. The 76-year-old former president of the United States had posted on his Truth social media account that without her stylist, she would be nothing. And that she he's talking about is Rihanna, of course. He went on to say that it was bad everything, no talent. Again, referring to Rihanna. Rihanna did perform, as we found out later on, that she is with child performing. So kudos for her to knocking that out. But afterwards, after the performance was over with, Florida's rap gremlin, also known as Kodak Black, Florida's rap gremlin told social media that his unk, he's now calling Donald Trump his unk, I guess because he pardoned him for his crimes that he had committed. He said that unk said that that was the worst halftime performance in Super Bowl history. So I guess Donald Trump is probably still upset because Rihanna had painted "fuck Trump" on a car back in, I think, 2014, roughly-ish. So I guess he's still upset that that had happened back then. So get over Donald Trump. Leave Rihanna alone. What's funny is that last week, a Republican hearing from government agencies censoring social media, it was revealed that Donald Trump's White House instructed Twitter to take down a post. Can you believe that? The whole thing was done by Republicans, and what they were doing was going to social media platforms and saying, you know, did somebody in the government agencies tell you not to post something? And in fact, it turns out through testimony that Donald Trump's White House, someone in Donald Trump's White House had actually told Twitter to take down a post from Chrissy Teigen, John Legend's wife. And the reason why that back and forth went on was because Donald Trump had said something about Chrissy Teigen and her husband, John Legend, and she felt compelled to respond. And just so you know, her response was, "Trump is a pussy-ass bitch." Yes, that was her response. In that same hearing, how a lot of this stuff started out was because of a laptop belonging to Hunter Biden. And if you don't know, Hunter Biden is Joe Biden's son. So, his son had some contracts with some foreigners. He had given a laptop to a repair shop. That repair shop went into the laptop, got some files out of there, spread them out. Some of it ended up on Twitter, and it was asked to come down mostly because the files were stolen. And then mostly also because some of those files were vulgar. One of the files that was asked by Twitter to be taken down was a dick pic. Yes, ladies, I think most of you probably know what that is. But either way, it was taken off of a laptop belonging to Hunter Biden, and it was attempted to be posted on Twitter. So that's where the whole censorship of media came from. And through testimony, it was found out that Donald Trump government, his people under him, had decided that they also wanted something to be taken down. Now, this ain't Pornhub or nothing, so I completely understand taking down those pics. But to censor someone because you don't like what they said, that is a little on the fuzzy side. Seems like North America is having some airspace issues. If these things aren't flying over the northern part of the United States, it seems like they're flying over Canada or hovering over some lakes or something like that. So right now the U.S. is 4 for 4 for shooting some of those down, or shooting them all down. The objects included a balloon the size of 2 buses, 2 large buses. So when you say 2 large buses, I'm thinking 2 Greyhound buses or charter buses or something like that. That's what I'm thinking of when you say 2 large buses. But here's the good part. China has admitted that they did send out the buses. They said that it got blown off course. That's their story. They're sticking to it. They haven't really said anything about some of the other items that flew over the United States and Canada. But when it comes to the really large one, they did say that was their weather balloon, is what they called it. But what they said is that the United States has been doing the same thing to them over several years, where they've had about 10 items to fly over China in their airspace that they felt was violating their airspace. So go figure. China has not said anything about this until now. There's also some speculation that there were some objects off the coast of Virginia when Donald Trump was in office. Yeah, I don't know. I don't necessarily know what they need to have a weather balloon fly over the United States and spy on us for when they got TikTok. So, go figure. Florida. I don't know what to say about Florida, but I can say this. The government of Florida has definitely been busy telling its citizens what they can and cannot do. State officials has gotten their hands on an AP course, a Black Studies course, and someone in the organization asked if they were trying to advance Black Panther thinking. Trying to advance Black Panther thinking. So I'm not sure if they're talking about the Marvel character or the old group from back in the days, but either way, WTF. The course has not been finalized, but once Florida's governor, Ron DeSantis, once he got a hold to it, was able to look at it, he decided that that wasn't something that he wanted taught in his state. Of course, this course is an AP course, and it's something that's not being taken by all students. It is of the AP curriculum. It is only taken by students that's in the program. It's not a K through 12 program, and it's also voluntary. Don't have to take it if you don't want it. If you don't want your child to take it, you don't have to take it. The College Board is disputing accusations that the governor's office had anything to do with the recent changes of the course, only saying that the teachers had put some input in, and from that feedback, they decided to make some changes. It just so happens that it seems like those feedback from the teachers and the criticism from the governor happen around the same time. Here nor there. The course will be watered down a lot. So we'll see what comes out of it. But I'm sure the many hangings and the church burnings will go unmentioned. And it sounds like this AP Black Studies course will probably start with Barack Obama. Hell, maybe it's going to end with Kodak Black. And sticking with Florida, the Florida High School Athletic Association finally came to their senses, and they approved a proposal that removes questions about a student athlete who is a female. They removed the questions that were going to be made mandatory about her menstrual cycle, aka period. Not at the end of a sentence either. For some strange reason, the Florida High School Athletic Association had questions on the form for females, but they were optional. You know, like sometimes you see that little box around something and it's optional. You don't necessarily have to touch it. Well, they want to take that little box off. And they want to make those questions very necessary and mandatory for all female athletes to answer. And that's crazy. You know, I'm not really sure why the Florida Athletic Association is curious about your daughter's periods, but it seems like they were. They tried to blame it on the Medical Advisory Committee, saying that they had suggested that that be part of the questionnaire. But the American Academy of Pediatrics Council on Sports and Medicine said that they never made those recommendations. They don't know where Florida got that from. It didn't come from them. So The questions are going to be taken off, or at least made optional again. And your daughter's period cycles will be private again, I guess. And that is your Quick 10 News.